What's going on, boys? I'm out here in the shop. As you can see, it's pitch dark. It is late at night, but we do not sleep over here, and we got to continue to keep on building. So right here you can see a box, Motion Race Works. It is here because we need to get Twisted Tea out of the trailer inside the garage because there's some work that we have to get done before we're able to go race this weekend at Streetcar Takeover down at Bradenton Motorsports Park. Well, there she is, boys. It is extremely cold out here right now. I live in Florida for a reason, and Florida weather has not been good to us here in the last week. It's about 39 degrees outside right now. It's very cold, but got to get the work put in so we can get to the track this weekend. I talked about a little bit in my previous video, having James on board, having Dr. Tunamal, Nate on board. Two great people. They're helping me out tremendously. I'm going to keep on using them because I want to get Twisted Tea all lined out and 100% going down the racetrack so we can bring more content, faster times, and all around just a good time. As you can see, both cars made it back. You got Midnight up front, Twisted Tea right here. The reason why we took the big trailer, this is my main racing trailer to be able to go to the racetrack, so we were taking two cars. I wanted to make sure I had all the tools. I wasn't sure what I was going to be using to be able to work on these cars at the racetrack. 1 weekend under our belt, we now know we don't need a whole lot of stuff to be able to maintenance these cars and be able to make them go down the track, which that's a good thing for this style of racing right here. We really just got to charge the battery, put some fuel in it, check plugs every now and then, and we can go make rips after rips and not really have to worry about it. The type of racing that we normally do, the big cubic inch nitrous motors or the Pro Charger engine we're about to get into, there's a lot of maintenance to it. You got to go through the valves. You got to make sure converter bolts are tight every pass. There's a lot of stuff that goes to it with racing. And being able to go out there and run these two cars and have fun with the family, have fun with the crew, that was probably the best part of the weekend. And I can't wait to go out there and do it again. I'm having a blast with these two cars right now. They're not going nowhere. Already got Big Country on board. Already got Dr. Tunamal on board. We're going to do what we have to do to make these cars better, make these cars faster, and all around a better time for the crew, the fans, and for myself. So let's go ahead, unload this car, get it stuck up inside the garage, Swan Gang compound, so we can get the stuff that we need to change on the car. Go ahead and show you what I had to order from Motion Race Works. Let's go ahead and get this stuff figured out so we are able to go test this weekend, boys. All right, guys, so we got Twisted Tea out on the ramps. We're actually about to unload her, put her inside the garage. If you've seen the video from the racetrack, or maybe you didn't see it, we'll give a quick little recap. And if you're actually wondering why we weren't running this car first round of eliminations, why you didn't see it no more that weekend, I'm still learning this whole entire build. I'm still learning this project. I put the catch can up at the front of the car, basically under the bumper over there. When we get inside the shop, we'll take the hood off, we'll take the front bumper off to be able to show y'all more of the inside of the engine bay and all that. But I put the catch can over there, and the catch can that I put on the car, it's the same catch can that I've ran on every other car that I've had in the camp or in my last 10, 11 years of racing. I didn't know that you had to have a certain size for an alcohol engine for a turbo setup. So I just put a catch can up in the front of it. We capped off the passenger side. There's two number 12 fittings that are coming out of the valve covers. We capped off the passenger side. We ran a number 12 line over to the catch can. When we went out there, we made one full pull. James did. James drove it down through there. Made 13 pounds of boost, and it filled the catch can up. It's very small. It was a failure on my part. When it blew the oil all over the place, it put it on the headers, it put it inside the engine bay, all over on the front end and all that. I talked with James, and we just both came up with an agreement that we just thought it would be safer, because if oil was to get under the front end, he'd be out there like an ice skating ring. I know my man Jack Stan Jimmy, he's got great driving instincts inside the car. I know he would have been fine, but I didn't want him out there on an ice skating ring. So it was kind of more of like a safety hazard of the oil going underneath the tires, going ahead and trying to spin the car out. And for the first outing, we didn't want to have that issue. So we're actually loaded it up, and we just ran Midnight for the first round. We are now unloading it now because now we got the right stuff. They told me that I needed to build a box, put it to the rear of the car. Got to get with Motion Race Works. We got a new billet piece, a bunch of number 12 hose. We're going to run it to the rear. That's going to help us, one, catch box. It's going to be a lot bigger, so if stuff was to actually go back there, there's more capacity to be able to catch it. And also because it's so much farther away from the car, basically what they were telling me was because I was only pulling out of one side of the engine, there was so much crank pressure that it just went ahead and just blew it into the catch can. But because it's going to be towards the rear of the car and we're going to be pulling out of both sides, we're going to be okay now. So that's one thing we're going to be changing. Another thing we're going to be changing is the timing pointer on the front of the motor. It's got one that came with the motor, but with the balancer that we're having to run for the mechanical fuel pump, it's not long enough, so we weren't actually able to read timing accurately. So I went ahead, got with Motion Raceworks. Shout out to Levi, he helped me out tremendously getting everything for me. Got it here nice, super fast, clean, so we're able to get it on to go racing this weekend. So we're actually going to put the timing marker on the car. We'll fire it up. We're gonna check the timing on the engine. I got with Kevin Mullins, TKM Performance. He told me that at an idle, we need to run this motor at 30 degrees timing. So we're gonna check it and we're gonna see exactly where everything is set up right now before we head back to the racetrack. I got a windshield coming for the car. Yes, we had a little incident where the Lexan actually caved in, so we actually screwed it down. But because this is an all steel, all glass car, there's glass here, glass there, glass in the rear, glass up top. We're gonna go ahead and put a real glass windshield up at the front. It'll be a lot stronger, it'll be a lot sturdier, and we won't have no more blowing in issues while going down the racetrack. Yes, we'll be putting the molds back on the car so you can see, you won't see none of that stuff right there. We'll have to fix the sunroof because we've seen that coming up. That's something we're gonna fix. Just got a quick little list of what we need to do to be able to get this car ready. It's a learning progress for me. It's a working progress for the whole entire team. And I guarantee this car is gonna rip whenever we get it going. For that little bit of boost that we had on it, the TKM power plant ran very well. It's doing very well. And I can't wait to go out there and rip it again. This time, I'm gonna be in the driver's seat. I get to bump the button in. I get to release the trans brake and I get to feel the boost going down the track. I can't wait, and I hope y'all can't wait either. Oh God, it's cold out here. All right guys, so we got the hood off the car, the front bumper. I know you're gonna laugh at me, but that's the catch can that I put on the front of the car. Really, it's just not big enough. So we're gonna make some changes there. That's where it was blowing the oil out, everything to be able to, I didn't want to get it up underneath the front tire, like I said at the beginning of the video. But everything is working how it's supposed to be working. Motor is running good, everything's good. It is under timing. We did check the spark plugs. There is no timing mark on the spark plugs. So we're gonna go ahead and this next outing, step that up a little bit. What up, Slink? Check out that TKM Performance sweatshirt. I gotta get with them, dude. They sent us nothing but 4X.
4X, yeah.
Like, did they think we were all big? Like, turn around, let's see it. I mean, that fits you pretty good. I like that. I mean, that's a nice sweatshirt. TKM Performance, Kevin Mullins and them, they're giving us a bunch of merchandise, but they sent us all 4X.
4X shirts, the hat shirt.
Like, my man couldn't even give me a 3X. He just went straight to the 4X. I know we're big over here, but we ain't that damn big. Slinky maybe.
Okay. You're right.
Anyways, boys, we're gonna open up the Motion Raceworks box here in a minute so we can see all the goodies we got. We gotta clean up all the oil up underneath the front bumper, underneath the hood, all that. Got a list of some things we gotta do. As you can see, this is the timing pointer. You can't really see it back there, but that's what I had on the motor. I'm actually about to change that out real quick, put the right deal on there so we're able to check accurate timing on this thing and be able to get ready for our next outing. I really like this build. It's very low maintenance. The TKM piece, I mean, yeah, I'm happy with everything so far. Everything is working. Everything is fine. We were thinking about switching the intakes. The only reason why we're doing that is because with the port design and everything from the intake to the heads, we're having to run this adapter right here. And we just feel like it is, Nate was explaining it to me, it was basically like starving the motor. So we're not gonna do it right this minute. We're gonna go run it for a little bit. You know, we just put a lot of money to get everything how it is right now, but we're gonna run it for a little bit. But that's something that we're probably gonna change a little bit down the road. Another thing we're thinking about doing is taking the injectors and flipping them to the inside. So whenever it's spraying the fuel down in the runners, it goes right in there. I want to go ahead and take the fuel rails off, and I'm just going to look down them, and I'm not 100% sure if this injector is actually spraying into the runner or if it's actually hitting a wall and then kind of like splashing into the runner. So that's one thing that Nate required me to check. So we're going to go ahead and look that over as well. We got to fix the roof. I don't know what it is about it, but I got to get that fixed. I can't have that thing flying out on the track. Another thing we're going to fix is this deck lid. It's got a lot of movement. When it was going down the track, you can see right there, I think we're going to add a couple Zeus's, but for the most part, everything worked. Suspension worked. Jack Stand Jimmy, he came back and told me we are able to add a lot of power to the suspension. It was working. The TKM motor, it's got a lot more power left in it. We're going to actually go ahead and turn her up and see what this baby will do. I talked with Kevin today. We are going to schedule it in. We can't do it this weekend because I'm going to try to go racing, and I'm actually kind of putting the cart in front of the horse. But we wants to put it on the dyno. We want to go ahead and make some pulls on it, see what kind of power this bad unit's going to make right here. So we are going to schedule it in. I'm going to have to go up to North Carolina, get up with them guys, let them put it on the hub dyno, and see what we can come up with this masterpiece right here. But all around, badass product, badass build, and merchandise is on the way. All right, boys, so you already know what a couple of the changes we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and pop open this Motion Raceworks box. They got it shipped out to me very, very fast. Nice sticker right there, Motion Raceworks. Hold on to that, Slink. We'll go through, see what all we need. Oh, I actually forgot I bought this. This is a spare CO2 cylinder, so we're able to have a spare one at the track just in case we were able to run out or we ever had one that leaked out. We bought a total of, I think they gave us a lollipop.
There's no way.
I ain't never seen someone give me a lollipop before. Why can't I grab it?
You sure it's a lollipop?
Oh, it was a lollipop.
Well, it's
You
a
want a lollipop?
dum-dum. It's a dum-dum. Send it to dum-dum.
It's a dum-dum. Here you go. But hold that box up. So right here is the timing pointer that we need to put on. We got, let's set that right up there. We got a total of, I want to say it was 30 foot of hose, maybe 26 or 30 foot of dash 12. We have to run that from the valve covers, and I'll actually show you that here in a minute. We got to run it from the valve covers on each side, over to the firewall, inside the firewall, actually through the car to the back. We got to pop this deck lid. Yes, it's very dirty right now. Look at that. So our box that Cameron Johnson is building us is going to be able to set inside the car, and we'll have two number 12 dashes that's going to dump right into it, have a baffle and everything inside so it doesn't splash around or anything that wants to travel back to the engine. But this is an all black billet piece. Ooh, you almost let it fall, Sleek. So we got to cut a hole in our firewall. Go ahead, slap this thing in there. We'll have our fittings that's got to go to it. I already got with Levi in them. We got all the fittings that we need, our straights, our 90s, our 45s, to be able to make sure we run back and dump it right into our tank. They made it very, very easy, very simple. Set that bad boy right there. And here's all our fittings that we're going to be using to be able to complete this project. It's just one more piece to the puzzle to be able to get this bad boy back up and running and down the racetrack one more time. All right, guys, so we got the original pointer off. You can see this is the bracket. That's the pointer that was on the car. I had to take the fuel bracket and everything off of it so I can get the new pointer, new bracket on the car. As you can see, it sticks out there very far. It's able to read the numbers now. Now I had to drill me another hole, go ahead and take our little grinder and get in there and clean it up, and just putting her back together now. Once we get done with this, we'll be able to cross that off our list. The sunroof came out of the car. What are y'all doing? The sunroof came out of the car, but we're gonna get that fixed. I gotta look at that. That's gonna be the next thing we do. We got Pops' heater running right now. How cold is it right now? Look at this.
38 about an hour ago.
This is cold. I ain't got really nothing to say.
So it was 38 about an hour ago.
Every time I turn my head, y'all keep touching each other. Y'all cut that shit out.
Hey,
Do you just wish it was
no
you?
goddamn business, right?
Do you wish it was you?
No, I do not. Y'all.
Just because I like this octopus on his hand don't mean you ain't got a judge, right?
Why you got the? Why the fuck you got an octopus
Don't
on
worry
your head?
about it. Mind your business.
That's when you're fingering the girls, you gonna come and put the tentacles up them?
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
So now that we got the pointer on there, that thing's working. We're not gonna fire it up tonight because I want to make sure I'm doing this 100% correct. So I'll get my dad out here just so he can look over the top of me and make sure I'm doing everything right when we go to read this. I will find top dead center and we'll go start from there. We're gonna move on to putting this adapter in. So we gotta blow a hole in the firewall. This is what's gonna bolt into the firewall. It's going to allow our fittings to be able to connect to our breathers up here on valve covers and allow it to run through the center of the car, throughout the rear, and into our tank. We got to head over to Cameron Johnson Race Cars here in a little bit and go pick up our tank. It's finally done, so you'll get to see that. Maybe get to see a little bit more of the stuff that's done on the No Prep Kings car. But we're going to try to check it all out and bring y'all as much content as we can. All right, boys, we're still out here. It's about midnight right now. It's 31 degrees. We got the master heater over there. It is just blasting out heat. It's keeping us a little bit toastier up inside the garage. But got the pointer on the front. Now we're working on the number 12 dash line that's gonna go over, connect it here through the firewall, through the back, and it's gonna run out to the tank that's in the rear. So we got that cut out. We got that mounted in, nice and sturdy. Very clean look. I went with the black over the polish, so it's anodized black, so it kind of matched everything else. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my fittings up and start running my my hoses to that point, and then we'll take the hose, we'll run it out the rear. We do got to cut some holes in the backside of the firewall so we can run our hose out the back. It's gonna come all the way back here. It'll come through that tin back there, and our box is gonna sit right there in the center. We have to get that from Cameron later on tonight and be able to accomplish this deal. But just wanted to give y'all a quick little update. Slinky and Kyle ran up to go get us something to eat. They're at Taco Bell right now, but we're gonna keep on burning the midnight oil and get with it. About 1 o'clock, 1:30 right now. Last man standing. Kyle and Slinky both left, but I had a goal I wanted to try to accomplish tonight, and that was to get the bracket mounted to the firewall and get 2 lines ran from the valve covers to it. So tomorrow, whenever I get off work, I'm gonna head over to Cameron Johnson Race Cars, go ahead and grab my box for the rear of the car. We're gonna start building lines to be able to go inside right here, down inside here. I do apologize, it's very cold out here right now, and I'm fat, so I'm out of breath. But we're gonna run the lines through there, have to run it through the car, throughout the rear, and be able to hook it up to the box. But as you can see, it came out nice. 2 lines, same kind of fittings, go into 2 straights. So you got 2 90s coming out of the valve covers, going into 2 straights. They look good. I'm happy with how it turned out. Got the pointer. Tomorrow we'll get Pops out here. We'll actually check the timing and everything on this motor, go through it. We have to drain the oil, and that's one thing that we're just going to start doing. No matter if I make 1 pass or if I make 10 passes at the track, we're going to drain it every time we take it out. Just dump the oil out because it does get milky from the alcohol, and we'll just put new oil in it. So that's one thing that for the maintenance for this deal, we are going to try to keep up on, and that is just draining the oil to be able to get ready for our next outing. But I do like it. I'll see y'all back out here tomorrow. All right, guys, so it's day 2. We're back out here in the shop. We're gonna go ahead and we already changed the pointers out on the front of the engine, you know, to check the timing and everything. Whenever I changed it, I moved it around, so luckily I didn't go ahead and fire it up, mess anything up. Got my dad out here. He told me that we had to recheck top dead center. So what was that piece called that we put inside the cylinder?
Piston stop.
A piston stop. So we're sitting down inside there right now. We went ahead and we rolled the motor over until the piston came up and hit it, and it's set at 32.
Yeah, we're gonna
Well, I don't know. What do you mean it's set at 32?
All right, now it's at 32. So now we're gonna go the opposite way.
Yeah. So we hit it. It's at 32. We're going to the other side. See what it is. We'll split the middle. We'll find.
So if it goes,
0.
so if it goes all the way around and it hits the stop again, should it read 32 again?
No,
Or no?
it'll read whatever it's going to read, and then we got to find 0. That way we can put this piece of shit at 30 degrees. So when the piston comes up to the center, it's got a certain, that rod, it rocks. So when the crank is going around. So, you know, the piston comes up this side, the crank arm is on this side, come top dead center. Well, my arm can't, but when it rolls over, so it rocks. So you got that little bit of rock there, and you got to find out exactly what top dead center is. So now that you have a piston stop, I usually do it with a dial indicator when the motor's off. You know, and I only have the long block, I don't have the heads on. But so you put that piston stop in there, so that thing will come up here and you're gonna bump it, and it read 32. Bell, go fuck with my air hose. Why are you doing that? It didn't do nothing to you. Are you mad at the air hose? Huh? That bitch is great. Bell, get the air hose. Go and get it.
Come on.
Get the air hose.
Get back to it.
So it comes up here and it hits 32. Now you're gonna run the crank back the other way, bring it back around till the piston comes up, and it's gonna hit it on this side. So whatever, let's just say it hits 0. If it hits 0, so you got 0 and you got 32, you need to find the center of that. That's top dead center. So it would be 16 degrees. So you would roll it back the other way, take your piston stop out, bring the motor up to 16, and you'll put that pointer on 0. That's top dead center. You have to find top dead center in the motor. And the reason why you have to find it, I'm sure when Kevin, you know, no doubt when Kevin built the motor, he does it with the heads off like I would have done it. Any engine guy does it. So he had the old pointer at 0, which is behind the other balancer you had on there. And so you can't see that and use that as reference. Now me, I would have cheated. I would have just marked that shit before I took it off, but you took it off, so you screwed. Now, I would have marked it where Kevin had it, and I would have put this one right back in the same spot because I wouldn't second guess that. I know that he's put the balancer at, hit the pointer at 0. But now that you took all that shit off, put this shit on, this is what we gotta do. We gotta find top dead center. So when we find top dead center, then you can actually put a timing light on this guy and make sure this motor's not under time. Because, you know, that's the same thing that happened to Mike's motor last weekend. You know, he just had that motor freshened up down there at Gabby. And I don't know what move Gabby put everything on, but when I asked him, did they check the timer on the motor? Because it ran good, but it was down like 4 or 5 mile an hour. And I was like, man, I just didn't understand why it would be down. I only pulled 2 degrees out of the motor. We checked the motor, only had 24 degrees timing. That thing was down 6 degrees timing. It ain't gonna hurt the motor. You ain't gonna burn it up. It's just gonna affect the performance. Now, if it was the other way and it was 6 degrees advanced, that bitch wouldn't have made it out 300 foot. It'd have burnt that bitch up. So anytime you take something apart and you put it back together, you guys got to check the timing on your engine, especially, and I would say this boost motor is kind of the same way. I mean, I know they're kind of, I don't know a lot about these guys, but I know they're relatively the same way. I mean, if that thing has way more timing, if you got 30 in your computer and this thing's really set at 38 or something, it's probably not going to be good. It really ain't. So, you know, you guys got to check these motor and timing lights. She's pissed off with that hose. That hose done pissed her off. It might have said something to her. I'm not sure. I'm with you, Bella. The goddamn hose pissed you off, didn't it? Ain't fucking around. Fuck that hose up, ain't you, babe? She's crazy.
Where do you get plus 7?
Call that oven was 30 degrees.
No.
33.
33.
You got to get 7 to 0. I mean, you got to add 7 to get back to 0 because you're at 353.
Okay.
And then you got to go to 33. So how much is that? You know, what's 1 plus 1?
3. 2.
So it's 40 degrees. So what you're going to want to do is move that thing to 20. Now you know where it's at. You pull your piston stop, get that off your piston stop, go the other way.
Go turn it the other way?
You're up against it now, whichever way you return it.
Yep.
Go the opposite way, get it off it.
All the way to what?
It don't matter. Listen to me.
Okay.
Pull the piston stop out and then put the motor at 20 degrees, set the pointer on 0. You're done. That's top dead center.
And then
So
how does
easy
it...
peasy.
Okay, so, and then we go on our computer and we set the computer at 30.
30 degrees, and you just make sure this is at 30.
How does the, so okay, so when you put the timing light on this, how does the timing light know the flash and tell you, okay, 30 degrees?
Do what now?
Whenever you put a timing light on the motor, you know how it flashes the light?
Mm-hmm.
How does it know to see, because you see a certain number, how does it know to see 30 degrees?
Because the cylinders are firing. So when you're hooking on number 1, so every time number 1 fires, it flashes a light.
Oh, I never knew. I didn't know.
Yeah. So if you go into the Holly box and you set it at 0,
Yep.
and do you have a crank trigger on this guy?
It's not like a crank trigger. They're internal.
Okay. So what's gonna happen is, check out my dog. Damn, fuck the hose done pissed her off. She ain't fucking around. She's gonna bust some holes in that thing before it's over with. And when she does, it's gonna blow air, or it's gonna scare the shit out of her. Bell, that hose done pissed you off, didn't it? Raggedy ass piece of shit hose. So you'll set your Holly at 0. So if you was to set it at 0, then your motor would just be at 0. You know what I'm saying? So right now we're gonna set this at 0. You'll set your Holly at 30, and then you're gonna check it with a time lock.
And it should read 30.
It should read 30. Now if it's off a little bit, then you're just gonna move it in the computer and get it to where it needs to be.
Okay.
Shut the thing off and it barely started.
You want to leave it run?
Yeah.
I got it.
Waiting on you, man. It's like we gotta bring the forklift in here, and this piece of shit car ain't got no way to hook the goddamn power to it. Keeps canceling up them. Here, I'll hold this, or how we do it. I'll just pick up on it. Yeah. I'll do that, and I'll hold that button. You pick it up. They got 2 pieces of shit. Can I hook that little bolt right there? Just hook it up on the damn pole. It's not supposed to do that. This piece of shit 1, and the other one trying to piece of shit 2. Hey, Slink. Slink, get my GoPro.
That thing won't catch fire or nothing?
Yeah.
Alright guys, so we brought
If you get it far enough away, I probably can't even reach it.
the forklift in here. You gonna be alright with that?
Yeah, come on, let's fire it up.
Hey, quit yelling at me. We'll get to talking about that in a minute. We got our tank built.
Here, hold it. Dum-dum got a fucking goddamn so far with the goddamn car. Ain't gonna do no
You got 12-foot forks on it.
Little more room, huh?
All right, you ready?
Yeah. I got power now. Yeah, it's something to do that. I told you something to do with this piece of shit car.
Quit knocking my stuff, bro.
You ready? You got, listen, you go and polish a fucking turd so much, because at the end of the day, it's still a goddamn turd.
You ready?
Yeah.
Come on! You gotta give RPMs or...
Shit might run. You only got 16 degrees timing.
16?
Understand?
We gotta go in the computer. We gotta put it at 30.
Whatever. I mean,
Now it should make it sound different, all that, when you put more time into it, right?
yeah.
Well, I'm about to get Nate on the phone. He said he's gonna walk me through, and I'm gonna put it at 30.
I ain't got time to fuck with y'all.
I'll bring you back out here.
Nah.
Come on, man. We gotta get ready for this weekend. You play too much.
All right, so we checked the timing on the motor, and it came up. It was 16 degrees, so that's how we was running it. But Justin just went into the ECU, and he adjusted the ECU. I think they had what was that, or did you not? You just went in and changed it. You didn't change it, but they were running at what, 22?
Yeah.
So they're running at 22. So essentially it's off, it was off 6 degrees. And it was accurately off 6 degrees because when I checked it, the motor had 16. He went in and adjusted it to 30, and I just checked it. It's 100% at 30 degrees now. So it was 6 degrees off, 6 degrees less. So
now it should run differently.
I'm sure you're probably gonna have different results at the track, yeah. And now that you're putting that catch can in the back, that tube tank in the back, get that away from there, probably gonna have a different result this weekend. 6 degrees time is a lot. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt it, it's just gonna affect the performance of it.
Okay.
So, you'll be in good shape now.
All right, boys, so got the timing done. We are starting to work on the box in the rear. I'm no welder. I will be the first one to tell you, but I can get some stuff done. I don't have time to go set this thing over in the shop. I want to start doing stuff here at our shop. Me, Dad, Big Dave, Brian, Art. I'm gonna start working on the car, start doing some stuff. This deal here, we're able to weld on it. I took all the wiring, electronics apart, so I make sure nothing gets burned up or anything. But I want to be able to work on these cars when we can. So you can see back here, I makeshifted some brackets. Got them inside the car, welded on the top and the bottom. We're gonna weld some brackets to the bottom of our tank so we can bolt that thing in the car, and then we're gonna start running our lines to be able to get this thing ready so we're able to go testing this weekend. It's coming together nicely. Everything seems to be working. It's going smoothly. That's usually when something bad happens, but let's knock on wood that nothing happens and we're able to finish this video out with a bang and get this thing back up and running at 100% top tier speed. All right, boys, so we got the tabs welded up on the bottom of our catch can to the rear. Got one on that side right there. Check that out. Everything's in there. Another thing I want to get to you, remember when we were having a windshield blowout down there? I got a hold of my boy Kenny. He got me hooked up. He got me a reel, because this is a true, steel all glass. So we put an actual windshield back inside this thing. We're gonna get the molding strips and put it around, make it look good. But now it's got a true windshield in there. It's gonna be able to see out of it a lot easier. It only gained about, I don't know, 6 or 7 pounds. So it wasn't a whole lot of difference. All right, boys, it's day 3 out here in the shop. It's a little bit warmer, as you can see out here. Shorts, flip-flop, and a t-shirt. We got a lot of stuff done. We got the lines ran from the valve covers to the firewall through the car and out to the back. You can see the 2 bulkheads back here that are in the tin. We got to go ahead and connect to those. We'll go through the rear. The reason why this hole's a little bit bigger, I can't do it right now, because we're about to get ready to head to the racetrack, but I will be doing it. I'll be putting like a door trim inside there, a black door trim. It'll make it look good and it'll seal better, and I'll be cutting that pipe down. But we got the box tabbed in the back, bolted down. It'll connect from over there and it'll come up here. So now we'll be running 2 lines of number 12 to the rear of the car. Getting that out of the way. We are up on the ramps because we're about to change oil, drop the oil out from underneath the motor. Gonna go ahead and put a thinner oil inside here, see if that helps quiet it down, and get this thing loaded up and ready, all cleaned up, because we are heading to Bradenton Motorsports Park here soon for Street Car Takeover this weekend. So if y'all aren't doing nothing, y'all come out, hang out, have fun, and come see Twisted T lay down a serious number. We got a lot of issues that we've already got fixed. Timing, the lines run to the rear of the car, just some little minute stuff, but it's stuff that we did. And I'm sure after this test session, there's going to be other things that we need to do. And that's the good thing about it, is that this is going to be a progress car. It's going to be something we're going to have to change every outing, and sooner or later we are going to get it, boys. And this thing is going to be running on rails, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I'm having fun with it already, but I'm putting in the work to be able to get it done, to be able to get it out on the track and be able to bring content to y'all. All right, guys, so we got a lot of stuff done. Look who finally showed up. Yeah, you.
Me?
There's nobody else here but you.
Oh, my bad.
Thank you for finally showing up. At least I got a little bit of help.
For a couple minutes.
Yeah, you'll be leaving.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we're about to throw some oil back into the motor. That's the oil that came out of it. Yes, it was a pan that was already used, so that's not the color, but for an alcohol, it is a little milky. We're putting a Blvd pin, 30 weight oil back inside here, a little bit thinner oil. See if we can get the noise to go away. I don't think nothing's wrong. I've already took the valve covers apart. We've taken them out apart after every run. Nothing has came apart. Everything is good. It's just a little noisy, and I think it's because I was running too thick of oil and it wasn't allowed to go down inside. What?
You gotta put some Marvel mystery oil in it.
Marvel mystery.
Yeah, Marvel mystery oil. I'll tell you right now, I never do an oil change on my truck. I just got a rear main seal leak. And just every couple months when I make a right turn, my oil pressure goes from 40 to 0. I gotta add 4.5 quarts. So I put 4.5 quarts in there, half a quart of Marvel, lifter tap goes away, and she's ready to rock and roll.
Oh boy. We're not gonna do that, boys. Anyways, let's go ahead and dump some oil in this thing. Got Slinky here. He's able to help me with the bulkheads because I can't be inside the car and outside the car at the same time. And then we're gonna get these lines filed up, and we're gonna get this fired back up for y'all boys. Y'all just wait till the end of this video. We're gonna let it run. We're gonna go ahead and see what she's about this weekend. We got the timing right. Everything's back right on it. I have worked hard this week trying to get this thing back up and going 100% to get ready for Dr. Tunamall to lay some boost down inside her. Coming towards the end of the video, we got the pointer on. We got the oil back in the motor, running a thinner oil. Let's see if that helps. We got the lines ran to the firewall, through the back of the car, to our box in the rear. You can see the 290s right there. Dump down on it. We got the deck lid cut out. We're able to set that bad boy on there now. Zeus everything down. It's gonna be good. Sunroof, the reason why the sunroof is out of the car is we pulled it out, but me and Dad were talking. If you were to put this car inside a wind tunnel, the wind would probably be about 4 to 6 inches over the roof. So I'm not worried about no air coming down inside there. So we're gonna run it without a sunroof this weekend. I will be getting it fixed. The latch right here is what's broke, and it's not able to hold the sunroof in, and I don't want that to bust on me or bust on the track, and they have to do a cleanup and everything. But we're gonna go ahead, fire this bad boy up, make sure we have oil pressure, go through and look everything over, tighten up our lines, zip tie them, get everything looking nice and neat, and get ready for Bradenton Motorsports Park. Also, check out the Swan Gang little sticker swag on the back. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram at Justin Swanstrom 69. Pro Tree. And that's also, someone asked me, what does PT and NT stand for? PT stands for Pro Tree, NT stands for no time. That means there'll be no time showed on the board of this car. Car number is 69. Again, you can find us on all social medias at Justin Swanstrom 69. You want me to lay up or dunk it?
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Can I show them what lay up and dunk it means?
Go ahead.
You can lay up or dunk it.
You done yet? Are you done?
I'm done. Where are you going? You going to eat?
No, I already ate, but I'm going.
Strong invite, Slink.
I'm going back to where I ate earlier to hang out and partake in adult activities.
You got a girl lined up for tonight?
Oh, I'm looking good. I smell nice.
Ooh,
got my new hat on.
You got 2 watches on, bro?
No, I got a bracelet and watch.
Hell yeah.
Dude, the new hat.
What's the hat say?
Underworked and overworked and underlaid.
Facts. All right, let's fire this bad boy up and let's end this video out. Yeah?
Bradenton Motorsports Park. We're heading down there. We're going to be in the no time class. We're going to have some fun, boys. We're going to try to get some more content. If you haven't done it already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn that bell notifications on. What happens when you turn the bell notifications on, Slink?
You get a notification every time the video drops.
Exactly. So when we post a video, you're able to watch it. We have originally been posting every Monday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I think I'm still going to do that, but I'm going to add some little smaller end videos, 3 to 5 minute videos throughout the week. Plus, we got Big Country Deal coming on board. I'm trying to get a lot of things into work, boys. I got a little bit of time, and there's only one of me. So if you deal with me, and y'all have dealt with me for a long time now, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But I guarantee I'm going to make this the best channel out there, and I can't do it without y'all. So I'm Justin Swanstrom, and I'm going to see y'all at the next video.